Are you feeling like you're going to lose your mind in your beauty supply store? Does it become too much at times? I've created a helpful video for you that will offer you some strategies to help you maintain your sanity while running your business. Remember to subscribe to Tanisha's Beauty Supply channel and hit the notification bell so that you can receive alerts of new videos that will help you in your beauty supply business. I've created over 60 videos that give you an inside look at owning a beauty supply store. Be sure to like the content, share the content with business owners who could benefit from the videos.
Sometimes it can be an overwhelming feeling being an owner. So this video is to help you with some ideas and strategies that you can do in your business when you just feel like, you know what, this store is a mess. I got stuff everywhere. I don't have time to address it. There's a lot of overhaul that needs to be done in my store. There's a lot of things that need to be put away. Right now, what I'm dealing with is the fact that I was sick and I had to quarantine because I had COVID. Thank God I made it through it, but I was really down. So my normal once a month visit to the store got delayed. And in that getting delayed, my store kept going. We kept making sales because I always tell you all to set your store up that it can run without you. But it did reveal that I have more work to do when it comes to setting my store up to run itself. And one of the things that I had to make sure that I did this trip is empower my manager to order the items in. That was something I had been working on, and I finally got it solidified where the managers, and there's more than one, there's two managers as of right now. I have it solidified where they can do the ordering. Being sick confirmed why it's so important for you to create a business that runs itself. Some other things that I learned too is that I have to buy more because I had just started kind of stocking up right before I got sick, probably about 2.5 months before I got sick. I didn't know I was going to be sick, but I had started buying more items and stocking up. And I'm so glad I did because that helped to carry us on. Another thing I started doing is investing in high quality wigs. I'm talking about wigs that people pay $400, $500, $600 for. And having, a couple of sales of wigs, frontals, and closures, that helped me as well. These are just some ideas of how to make sure you set up systems where your store runs itself. But I do have a bit of an overwhelming feeling because there's stuff everywhere because my truck had been filled up to the max with things that I needed to bring to the store because I do help my workers. I do pick up orders, have orders come, and I help them and I bring items as well as them ordering items. Well, I just had all of these items that needed to get to the store, but because I was sick, they were just piling up. And so when I finally was off quarantine and feeling good enough to come, there's stuff everywhere. And so one of the things that I did was make sure that I had my manager here when I arrived so that she could help. We could put it out together. So we did get a lot of it done. The other thing that I'm going to do, because I have to get back on the road and go home today, instead of trying to do all of the or more inventory myself, I'm going to create bins. And in one of the bins, I'm going to put items that, whatever I want to do with those items, I'll mark what I want to do with those items. Another bin I'm going to create is going to be things that have already been priced and just need to be put out on the floor. Another thing I'm going to do, I'm going to take priority since I only have a short amount of time. I'm going to take priority taking pictures of my items that I want to put on Instagram because I'm working this year on marketing. I have these beautiful wigs and beautiful units, clothing and things like that. So I want to make sure that I have ample photos so that I can post on Instagram every single day. So that's a priority. Another priority is to make a list. I'm going to have my list going of what I want my workers to do while I'm gone. Instead of just doing it myself, I'll do it myself. I'm going to make a list because they're here. They can work on these tasks while I'm gone. So those are some strategies that I'm going to employ today to help curb that feeling of being overwhelmed. Another thing that I'm going to do is organize the inventory. Some of it is emergency inventory, and I talked to you in another video about sometimes when you have to go down the street or you have to go to Walmart and buy a couple of products to hold you over. So I'll have a bin for emergency inventory. So just make sure you use bins or bags with notes. That will help. And create yourself a task list of what is the most important things that you have to get done in the little time that you have to be at your store. Well, hopefully this was helpful to you when you're feeling overwhelmed. I'm also going to put on some YouTube videos about business, or maybe some TD Jakes preaching videos, just to occupy my mind while I'm working, so that I can detract or distract from that feeling of being overwhelmed and I can enjoy what I do. You want to enjoy what you do. Yes, it's hard work, but you want to enjoy what you do, and you want to make sure that you are constantly creating ways that other people can do these tasks so that you are not overwhelmed. But every now and then, being a business owner, sometimes you will encounter those feelings of being overwhelmed. And what are you going to do about them? Strategies. Strategies is your answer to combating the feeling of being overwhelmed. Organizing your time, creating a task list, and crossing those things off your list. One of the things I want to make sure I do is take care of window displays. So I have a worker who is very creative. So I'm going to assign her the task of making sure that the windows have good displays in them, strong displays, creative displays, things that draw the eye inside the store. If you have other ideas of fighting the feeling of being overwhelmed, please put them in the comments so that we all can use your ideas and get better at what we do. And remember, my most important message is make sure you create a business that runs itself. I mean, think about it. What if I would have been in a hospital with COVID for a month? Would my business have kept going? Yes, it would have kept going, but there was one other piece that needed to be implemented, and that was my managers being able to order. So if I would have been hospitalized with this sickness and I would have been gone for a month, I would have kept going. They know how to do everything, but they would have struggled with having their inventory. So I have taken care of that. I have created a way for my managers to be able to order. With some of your banks out there, when you have a business account, ask them about a business credit card. Or even if it's a debit card, make sure you have a debit card for your manager so that he or she can order when, they need to. You're going to be able to see everything they're doing. You're going to be able to see what they're ordering. You're going to be making the payments, but you need to have where they have access to be able to order at least the staples, at least the important things in your beauty supply store that need to be ordered. Somebody else needs to be able to do that. And that was like one of my last pieces that I was working on. And so finally I got it together. I have a catalog for my manager to be able to thumb through and use. Some of the distributors you work with, they have catalogs, whether it's online or whether it's by book form. You can give your manager a catalog. You can give your manager a card with his or her name on it, and they can be responsible for ordering those important things. And then when your manager is comfortable with that, then you can allow your manager to order everything. And if you want to help, like I like doing inventory, I like ordering, I like doing that kind of stuff. So that is another reason why that was one of the last pieces that I put into place, because I actually enjoy the ordering. But like I said, if you stop, does your business stop? If your answer is yes, then you don't have a business. You're self-employed. And also in the comments, let us know what are some of the things that you do to make sure that your business operates without you. Don't forget to smash that subscribe button and hit the notification bell so that when I bring you these helpful videos, you'll be notified. Please like the video. So many positive comments I get back from you all, and I really thank you for those comments because this is what it's all about for me. It's wonderful to make money. It's wonderful to be a business owner, but the most joy I gain is when I've helped my community. Throughout the years, it has been excruciatingly difficult for our people to take part in selling products that we use. Being able to bring this information to my people so that we can be part of the profits of what we use, that is the greatest feeling to me when it comes to this business. Being able to change the world by giving you all information that a lot of other races refuse to give to you. It really satisfies me because life is not about just how much we can accumulate and how much we can get for ourselves. Okay, if I get rich, I make it to the top of the mountain. I have a giant mansion because I have multiple beauty supply stores. What does that mean? If my people are still at the bottom being used as consumers to make every other race rich, then I haven't won. So each time I can bring you information that helps make your journey a little easier, that is one of the most rewarding feelings that I have ever experienced. And I'm so grateful that God has given me the ability to help my people. I'm getting comments about some of you of opening stores, and I'm so excited for you. Stay strong. I don't really do mentoring yet, but I will answer an email question. It's tanishapersonal@gmail.com. If you want to send me an email, and if I can answer your question, I will. I don't charge anything. All I ask is when they play the commercials with the videos, if you will let some of the commercials play so that YouTube can compensate me. Other than that, I'm here to help. Some people do charge for mentoring, so you can look up mentors if you want to go that route. I wasn't able to go that route because when I got into the business, I didn't have money to give to anything other than product. That was just my story. But there are some African Americans, they have money, they have good credit, they can pay for mentorship. But if you're one and you just don't have money to pay for that, you need all of your dollars for product, then I'm here through email. I can try to answer as many questions as I can in the time that I have. So thank you guys so much, and I'm loving what I do, and I hope you're loving what you do.
Stay tuned for an additional strategy when you're making a to-do list for your workers.
Here's just an example of the sheet that I'm going to leave what I want my workers and managers to do, or to make sure that it gets done. Instead of trying to do all of this stuff myself, I'm going to write down a list, and then the managers will check. They will come behind the workers and check. They're even checking behind each other. The date, of course, will be Monday's date. And then I'll put what I want to be done first priority, like what's the most important things, what's the sales goal of the day. They will put the results. So say, for example, if manager A works on the list, manager B will come behind her and check to see if those tasks are done, and then make any comments that she needs to make. They'll do a cross-check with each other. This is another system for you to help with the feeling of being overwhelmed. So say, for example, you see those clothes that are hanging right there, they're hanging out. Instead of me going and straightening them up, that's just something that I'll put on the list. So you might think, well, why would you take time to do that? By the time you write it down, you could have done it yourself. But you have to change your thinking. You have to change your thinking, because if you think, let me do it myself, you're not training your managers on how to think about paying attention to things like that. The managers and the workers have to see what you see. They have to pay attention to things like that. But if you're doing everything yourself, then they don't pay attention to things. It's not just a thing of the time that it takes, it's also retraining your staff to think the way you think. You're trying to duplicate yourself so that your business can continue to operate without you. That is the point of writing the things down and leaving it for the managers to do, rather than just, I'll just straighten it up myself. I'll just push the clothes back in myself. No, not gonna do that, because I need my managers to think the way I think.
Tanisha's beauty supply, beauty power and style, power and style. Tanisha's beauty supply, beauty power and style, power and style. Got whatever you need.